This is the Riot Squadcast, a supporter-driven show dedicated to LA Galaxy news, information, and opinions. Here's your hosts, Ed Rodriguez and Chris Zero Cool Tucker.
Welcome to the Riot Squadcast. My name is Ed Rodriguez, and staring straight into my eyes, like the loving lover he is, Chris Zero Cool Tucker. How are you doing, sir?
I'm excellent, man. It's good to be back. Ooh, that sounded all fucking radio producery. I'm exhausted. Same as
we're back to this now?
It's school.
Back to this again?
School, yeah. 12 weeks, and then we're out of here. And then we start all over again.
Yeah, I'm like 12 weeks.
Yeah. Well, that's when this semester's over. I'm great, sir. How are you doing?
Doing well. After a pretty fine weekend, having good times with...
Fun-filled.
Having good times back with the Lars family, with
good
the
to be
Galaxy
home.
family.
It's always good to be home.
Yes, most definitely. And then to my right, Chris's left, is our dear producer, Ben. Producer Ben, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
Doing all right. What's going on, man? What's everyone been up to since 2 days ago? Since I've seen.
Yeah.
Well, I saw Chris.
Yeah, I didn't get to see you at the game. I was bummed. I was looking all over for you.
He walks to the back of 137 and goes, "Where is that fat fuck?" Which I guess is Ben for looking for you.
Yeah, Mister 2.5 pounds over here.
Ooh.
I did. First of all, I did not say fat.
Starting
fuck.
early.
I did not say fat fuck. First, I saw our good buddy Matt. Said, "Hey Matt, where's Ed?" He goes, "I ain't seen that fucker." He told me where Chris was, but that was it.
Who do you believe? Thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe it was Andrew that told me where you were, Chris.
Where I was? Oh, you didn't go all the way down there. Andrew was in the capo box.
Yeah, I went
you strolled all the way down to the capo box.
Yeah, I did go say hi to Andrew.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm feeling a lot of lies going on.
Yeah.
Andrew, come on, man. In the chat, Andrew, stick up for me.
It's all a witch hunt.
Yeah, I don't know. I tend to don't believe Ben on anything that he really says.
Yeah, that's
fair.
It's usually safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Play the whole theme song today. I like it.
Don't come to me for correct information, man.
Oh, we know that already, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't worry.
Admitting the lie.
Don't worry. Yeah. It was really fun
Andrew,
being back.
come on, man. Where are you? There you go. See?
There
it is.
It was very fun coming back to the stadium, man. It's like, even though we were there three weeks ago for like a preseason game, I was just like, oh man, it's good to be back. But I guess it's more real,
It's nice walking in. It was interesting seeing all the new kind of redesigns and how they changed the stadium. As now this is the first official MLS game for Dignity Health Sports Park. I hadn't been to any of the preseason games, so I didn't get to see the big sign that they have in the entrance now when you pull up, and it's just right in your face. Like Dignity Health. You don't have the
because
there used to be that big open roundabout, and you kind of got to see but they're maximizing that area now, and they're using it for stuff. So I like that, but a whole bunch of new ad boards are up on the top of the stadium. A lot of things. If you didn't get to make it out to that first preseason game, like me, there was a whole lot of new shit to see, which is that was cool. I dug that.
Question, Tucker.
Shoot, sir.
Where did Erica get those cookies, man? Because those are freaking good.
I don't know, and I genuinely questioned how much she spent on them because they were really good.
Yeah.
And usually the food at that place is questionable. It's really expensive, but it's questionable. The cookies were really, really good.
Yeah, the churros, don't ever get a churro. If you go to Dignity Health, don't ever get a churro.
Really?
Yeah, they're terrible, man. They're always cold. They always suck. They're the worst churros in the world.
Right.
And it's hard to screw up a churro.
I would imagine, but the cookies were good. I found out we sell buckets of cookies.
Buckets of cookies.
We sell entire buckets of cookies.
Buckets of cookies.
But that's it's one of those small things that no one really thinks about, where you hear about a bucket of cookies and you're like, I fucking love this country. Like, this is an amazing country where we know, like, heart disease, mass obesity is killing people left, right, and center. And you can go to a sporting event and buy like pounds of cookies.
Look, apparently you don't even have to be a fat, obese dude to die of a stroke at 52.
Yeah, that's
R.I.P. Luke Perry.
That's fucked up. Yeah, but the amount, with all due respect, the sheer amount of drugs that man put into his body during the 90s, just like every wrestler, it ages you 40 years. It all just kind of, catches up with you a little bit.
Yeah, that dude was he was like probably 80 or 90 inside. Man.
Is he the first person from 90210 to die? Outside of whoever ran the Peach Pit, who I assume is dead?
Didn't
You ever watch
Ian, didn't
90210?
Ian Ziering overdose?
No,
Nah,
that dude's
Ian Ziering's
another.
dead. Or he's not dead. I
Dude,
feel like
he's-
he's in shape.
I
He
think I
may-
feel like
he
he's
may
been
as
doing
well
the
be
best.
dead.
He's been doing the best out of all of them.
He may as well be dead, though.
He's doing all the Sharknadoes, man.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. He did like 9 Sharknado movies.
I actually take it back.
What's the name of the like rich, spoiled, the one everybody hates? I want to say Tori Wilson, but that's
Jenny
a wrestler.
Garth or
No,
Tori Spelling?
Tori Spelling. Tori Spelling's alive. She might be dead inside, but she's
Isn't
alive.
her father the one that's like the big producer?
Yeah. Oh, and she
He
totally
created
got
the
she got
show.
that show all on her own. She went in with a fake name, and somehow no one in that entire studio knew that she was his daughter, and she got that show all on with her, horrible charisma. She was able to lock that show down on her own. She's a very talented woman.
Here's the hot takes on 90210 from Chris, man. Who would have?
What's weird is I've already forgot her name. I'm already thinking of Tori Wilson again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Aren't we all? But yeah, I mean, it was good. It's good seeing I got to meet Jerry Bear. So, Jerry Bear.
Jerry Bear.
I got to say that live.
Jerry Bear came out. When I
In
met
his
him,
face.
he was like, "Hey, Chris," and I was like, because we not to sound whatever, but we got recognized a couple times. Yeah, I was walking towards Lot 13, and one person I'm sure yelling at Eric or the kids about something, and someone was like, "Oh, you guys do that show?" And I was like, "I do one of them. Why? Which one do you listen to? Because this would be crushing if I got this wrong. Like my ego can't take getting this information wrong."
Hey, you're the guy from Nag News.
You're from straight from the stands. I'm like, no, that's those are people who are far more talented than I am. I apologize, sir.
Oh, but speaking of Nag News, Eddie from that show was witness while I was there trying to go into section 138. Apparently, my ticket wasn't in Lars.
Oh,
It was the 300 level,
338.
but because that's the Southeast GA.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't.
So I didn't know that because I guess I got my 6-game pack too late. Because I guess
Oh, that's right. You got it through the stadium, not from the Lars site.
It must have been sold out at that point already.
Yeah.
So my ticket for the home opener was Southeast GA. So the first half I got in fine, no problem.
When
Second
you
half,
left, because they changed it. It was this older black dude that
Yeah.
was working security.
so when I go down there and he's like, "Oh no, that you're upstairs." First he tried to send me to general admission on the other end,
Like the ACB end.
and I'm like, "No, this is Southeast. This is Southeast general admission," which I thought maybe that's what they turned the Lars section into.
Yeah, I thought all of Lars. Last I checked, all of Lars was like a South End.
It is, but it actually says Lars on the
Lars,
ticket. So, but it just said Southeast GA, so I was like, "Oh, maybe that's what they turned it into."
yeah.
Not knowing that, oh no, that's the 300 level.
You ended up being able to get in.
Well, yeah.
You just hung
Hey,
out
you
at
didn't
Buena
pull it,
Vista.
don't you know who I am?
Oh, you fucking
No.
You
just to
should have,
see,
dude.
just for the story, you should have been like, "Excuse me, sir, I am Ed Rodriguez of Middle of the Road Quasi Failed Podcast."
So
He
the,
could have gone, welcome.
I was like, I'm joined by
no,
nothing by my lovely wife Denise, who would also like to get into the
I
section.
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But other ad from News Across Galaxy, he was there. He's like, dude, just let him in. Like, what does it matter? Like, the security guy thought we were like ganging up on him.
Yeah.
Like, we're like,
So now I'm mad. Now I'm mad at the other Ed for not introducing you as "Don't you know who he is?"
yeah.
Just to put you in that situation. You're like, "Oh, you fucking, you know who this goddamn guy is? This guy has downloads of his podcast by the dozens."
But it was weird because then, people, were coming in and out saying what's up to me, blah, blah, blah. And so I think the guy realized, like, I was part of the section. So he called and he was like, "You know what? You're good, dude. Just let him know. Like, I let you go down and it's fine." I'm
So,
like,
oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
that's his moment. He's
Like-
like, "Hey, don't you know who I am?"
Like, I wasn't giving him any shit for it. Like, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, the dude in the first half let me down." Like, what do you mean? Like, I can't go down there?
It's like, just tell him it's cool.
This is cool. And I just stood up top of like the section and I was just like chilling, watching the game. I was
You
like,
sat
whatever,
there?
it's all
Yeah.
good.
I brought the whole family out. I had we brought the baby out. We brought Damien, who Ben got to meet and hold, and he doesn't know that you helped build his crib and help put a car seat in. And when I say help, I mean did
All the
literally all. Well, you didn't. We built the crib, but you entirely put the car seat in because Damien would be dead if I put the car seat in. There's still a chance the crib might collapse on him if I'm honest. But so far, so good. But yeah, Ben got to meet Damien.
Was it an IKEA crib? Because that's
Is it
like
IKEA? No, it's like a it's like a famous kid furniture thing. I don't know.
you're asking the wrong person.
Do you remember Ben?
No, I don't remember. I remember you sent me the link, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh yeah, it's like, that's how he's got it like that. He just fucking put it on the black card. He's like, no, slide it.
That's the card that Laura doesn't check.
That's the card Laura doesn't know about.
Doesn't know about it. All right.
But
now I got to do some editing too. Thanks, guys.
It's all coming out. But yeah, so we brought Damien, we brought Jonas and Sonia, both the kids. A lot of people got to meet them. They had a great time because people kept coming up to them, and it's a little weird because, and I love all of you who listen to the show and follow along with my weird little family, but telling my kids stories about them and they don't know you, it comes across creepy.
A little creepy.
It comes across a little strange. I enjoy it mostly because I forget it entirely what we talk about here. But when they meet Jonas and they're like, "Oh, I hear you're doing great in Chris's math class," and he's like, "What are you talking about, buddy?"
Because you got to realize they don't listen to the show.
Yeah.
So they have no idea what you're talking about.
Sonia knows the show exists. I'm not sure she knows the name because they got the internet. I don't want to, Dad talks about dick and fart jokes and condoms and shit. Like, I don't need you involved in any of that. But yeah, people were coming up and talking to them about various aspects of their own life, which is pretty fun and fascinating. Erica was like, some people are going to treat Chris like a celebrity. I'm like, no, they're not. Stop talking like that. Don't.
And then they come up to you like, "Here's a beer, Chris," and "Here's a shot, Chris."
Here's some edibles because that happened.
Somebody wanted to take pictures.
Hold on. I got offered, what is it called? The little marijuana vape pen. I got offered marijuana pens by like 5 people in front of the kids over and over and over again. Don't ever stop doing that.
You're like, "Children,
Yes.
It's tobacco."
Yeah. Well, that's not better.
So sometimes your dad, when he's drinking, he likes to take a little hit of a tobacco.
Yeah. It's just a little, it's an eye opener. It's just something to keep me focused, keep me going.
More an eye closer, but whatever.
But I did get some edibles and that was nice, and that kind of leveled me out a little bit. Had a couple beers, was great. Erica and I did the math. Turned out to be like 8 or 9 beers and a shot, which I remembered 6, and then we did the math, and that number started creeping up. But overall, it's a great outing. Nice, and the family fucking dug it. That's the number one thing that's important. I needed that game that would like suck them in and get them like, whoa, hold on, what the fuck's going on? And so this is the first time like we're driving home and everyone's excited and pumped and like retelling aspects of the game and going through. Sonia said her favorite thing was Andrew down front and the chants and the boom boom clap. It was just, I couldn't ask for more. It's perfect outing.
Yeah, I definitely loved meeting people from like who listen to the show and like the FIFA Squadcast stuff, and
that was fun. We're all supposed to take a picture at the next home game, like just get a big. I don't know who's going to kneel in front because there's a couple heavies in this line. Just Jer Bear in the front. He's the only decently skinny person.
Yeah.
But we're going to try to take a group photo at the next home game for all the Squadcast FIFA contestants.
That was dope. All right, Ben, do you want to? Oh, you got something to say? All right, go on.
Yeah, no, I took the family to the game. Kind of like Sans the oldest one. I brought my brother, my wife, and my youngest, and we got tickets on the secondary market day of the game, 131, like 4 rows up. So I was like center of the field, 4 rows up. It was fantastic. And as it started raining, my youngest, she had a soft jacket with a hood, but the person behind her gave her poncho. It was like totally cool, the atmosphere of the game, just like how, I don't know.
She was like, "Poor little brown girl."
Yeah, it was like, well, not really. She was like, poor little girl. She was with my wife, man. I mean, she was I was on the end, so it kind of looked like maybe 2 different people, like maybe, mom took the kid type of thing,
Poor little brown Canadian girl. Here you go. Cover yourself.
But no, I just thought it was
Be
cool of
warm.
another Galaxy
You
fan.
would like Southern black woman there.
Be warm, child.
Ooh, child.
Let me tell you, we freezing out here.
Where your jacket at,
I'm
child?
trying to say it was really nice of a fan, and there you guys go.
Oh, yeah. Well, why can't that real nice fan be Southern and like
Yeah,
80 and black?
What's wrong with
Have
that,
you
Ben?
met a nice 80-year-old Southern black woman?
No,
They
but
tend to
that
be
doesn't
surly.
matter.
I bet you there's a couple that go to Atlanta games, right?
They go to Atlanta game?
Yeah,
I hope so.
there's got to be. I'd love it. I'd love to get like an 80-year-old woman like in a couple blocks.
There is a rotund black woman for Atlanta United that's in the Capital Box. At least I was in the Capital Box or in MLS Cup.
Okay, that's dope.
She get all pissed off if someone's not fucking, like, she makes the ACB look like,
What are you doing?
don't got to stand up.
What are you doing? That's what at DT Radio, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any of you ACB
Or show at Riot Squadcast.
show it a Red Squad. Yeah.
Ben at Riot Squadcast. That's the one.
He will read your
Anything
email.
Jill said.
He'll read your
Ben
email.
Ben at
There
RiotSquadcast.com.
you
You can get that. That's directly at him.
That's how you
There
get
you
to him. It's easy.
Just make sure you follow me then.
You know what? I think the funniest thing is I got from this weekend's game is that Denise gets a little jealous when I get free beers, and she's just like,
What's up? Where my shit at?
"Yeah, What's her like runoff beer?
Well, she spilled my beer, and I'm still a little. I'll be honest, I'm still a little upset about it. It was my first beer of the season, and I went to hug her, and she like flailed her arm like one of those used car salesman things. I was like, "Hey, Denise," I went
Like
nice, normal around the top.
like a drunk podcaster who spills his whiskey and coke on audio.
This
equipment,
was my. Oh,
Huh?
well, yeah, I had been drinking that day, but at the time, this was my first beer. It's different. It's totally different. It's an entirely different scenario.
It's all good. You're not drinking beer anymore, so she saved you
Well, I was drinking beer then. That's mostly what I'm upset about. I was loading up
at the time.
on that day.
All right, moving on. Let's hit that jingle, Benjamin.
Mars News. This is Mars News. It's not real news. This is just Mars News about stuff and things we want to talk about. Mars News. This is Mars News.
All right, so we got a couple things. I got a little message here from President Carlos Oso Fresh. He will say big thanks to everyone for coming out to the home opener. The stadium is rocking. Thanks to everyone for helping making it happen. Also, huge thanks to the Black Rose Phantoms, which is the band who came out and rocked the house before the game at the tailgate. Pretty awesome stuff.
I got to catch part of them. We got there a little late, so I only got to catch.
And
a little
they've done a 4th of July before too.
Okay.
So it's
They were good.
Good band.
They were good.
Friends of the squad. Here is an update on the Cosmo Alien Nut Punch.
It's
numbers.
the March to 300.
The March to 300. # March to 300. Which, first of all, I don't know if I should be angry or contemplating why so many people
And proud.
are
You should be
so
pr- you-
excited
You should be proud.
to see me want to get hurt.
Yeah, proud.
Like people are getting joy out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Chris,
I am. I'm joyous right now.
Hey, next Squadcast T-shirt. March the # March to 300.
We should just do what's the name of the guy from the movie?
Leonidas?
Leonidas? Is that the king guy?
I think so.
That guy with Cosmo's head on top.
That's what I wanted to do for the Photoshop for the picture for last
Oh,
week's.
fuck. I fucked it up.
What?
There's still time. You can make a poster out of it.
Anyways,
Sticker.
so as of recording right now, there are 96, 130, there are
Oh.
96,
There you go.
138 SC members. So we're about a third away from reaching 300, and I think it's going to go until June. So this might happen.
Oh, it's
Slight chance.
I don't want to say it's definitely going to happen because it's just like in for elections. If any one side thinks they're going to win, their people come out a little less because they feel comfortable. I want everyone to understand we need you. If you want to see your, let's be honest, favorite podcast host, no shame in that.
I don't know.
There's no shame in that.
Let's do a poll.
That's the thing.
I don't want to do that either.
I don't want the results of
Because
that.
either way, one of us is going to be like really sad.
Yeah, I don't need that information. Well, we would do me, you, or other, and then other
Josh?
would win.
Josh?
Well, you know,
Josh?
yeah.
Josh?
I mean, I like Josh.
I mean, I would vote Angel from Street from the Sands.
Yeah, it's like you forget the name of the show.
I forgot. No, I had like a real brain fart. I'm like, wait, which one is it?
I think it's yeah. There's a lot now. There's a lot of. Here's how you spend that. There's a lot of independent content to follow, and we're all kind of it's It's fluid. It's a fluid situation.
I did enjoy that. What was it? The Friday. Everyone's like tagging like Galaxy.
The Follow Friday.
The
Yeah.
Follow Friday. Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. Like, wow, holy crap! There's like
There's a lot now.
a bunch now,
Yeah.
and I love it.
But we're moving along. We need everyone. We need everyone on board. The money goes somewhere good. The money goes somewhere that helps all the supporters, not all the supporters groups, but definitely all the supporters, and helps them build out the tifo. There was a nice Ziggy tifo at the game. This is how these things get done. This is how we have these big meet and greets and these parties and all and what have you. We do it with 138 SC money. This is how the foundation kind of runs and operates. And you can watch Ed's little giblets just get fucking
Yeah,
obliterated.
excuse me, medium giblets. Okay,
Ed's totally average sized giblets. Good.
good. Okay, thank you.
Upper average, 51%. Just come on. This is how we get it done. So we need you. With that said, we're gonna hit 300, Ed. We're definitely gonna hit
You know
300.
what's the most messed up part about it?
Hmm.
Is I'm actually signing up for 2
Ah,
138 SC
my man.
packages.
That's 98. That's 98 right there, sir. That's 90. And we got Don Fredo saying he probably needs to sign up. So that takes us to 99. We're crossing that threshold tonight. Let's get it done.
Well,
we still got to sign Erica's up. That takes us to 100.
There you go. So you already got 100, 1/3 way there. And so our friend and patron for the show, Amy, sent me a video.
Patron number 1.
Sent me a video when they were at the Santa Monica Pier last Thursday of Cosmo practicing his nut punch on on her husband Matt.
I made it into a GIF.
So that's
a
fun.
GIF right now.
That's fun. Also, you can get any or all of the LA Riot Squad tickets to home matches except for the LSU game. They're going to be all on the LARiotSquad.org site. Go there, purchase your tickets now. All the tickets except for Chivas, we won't have those until mid-season. Stop asking. LOL. That's from Carlos. So stop asking. Even 4th of July tickets are up, so if you guys want to buy those early, because, those go by quick, so get those early as possible. Yeah, that's all for Lars News.
One other thing, just the 138 SC memberships. Only 138 SC members will be eligible for the LAFC away tickets.
The allotment.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's another reason to
Breaking
sign up.
news.
And then also about viewing parties, that's all going to be up soon. I don't know if you've seen on the Twitters, there's going to be one in, damn near every 5-10 mile radius. So there's going to be a viewing party in your area, and you don't have to drive a crazy amount of distance. So
keep on trucking.
Go look on, ACB's Twitter, Lars' Twitter. Like, they're there. If you have a place that you want to get a viewing party together, dude, hit them up, and they'll
I saw a new one that's following us on Twitter. It's LA Galaxy Temecula, I think it is.
Everywhere, baby.
Where they basically got together and started their own and forming their own viewing parties. So if you live in that region, we've retweeted them a couple times. We follow them, so you can always check out our followers list. I'll retweet them a couple more times. I'm going to try to find their account right now and tweet it out. So if you're listening live, it's up, and if you're not, hit our timeline. It'll be there. Oh
yeah, they mentioned the live feed. If you guys are listening to live, you guys can call in. If you guys have any questions, any opinions on anything we're talking about, give us a call at 562-641-5277. That's 562-641-5277. And if you're watching on the YouTube stream, it's right there in the corner. Look, on your top left corner. There's the number.
Quick dials. That's at LA Galaxy TVS for the Temecula Valley supporters.
Hey, there you go. That's awesome. That's rad. All right, moving on. Let's talk before we get into the Chicago game. Let's talk. I know there's a little.
Hold on.
You want to breathe a little?
I want to soak every single second of this in. My body is ready. Do it, Ed.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you're talking about something different? I thought you were talking about old boy being gone.
Oh no! Okay, you want to talk about that first?
I just want to talk. Yeah,
okay.
Ed, I'm chomping at the bit.
No, let's talk statue. Let's talk statue first.
Okay. No, see, he's smart. It's good radio.
Yes.
You make it. You dangle him out there, Ben, and then you wheel him on in. That's
let's talk. Let's talk the controversy that happened with this Beckham statue that went up on the weekend.
There's no controversy.
No.
There's no.
Well, technically, there's no evidence to show that there's a controversy anymore.
Well, they ended up. Yeah. You go ahead. I'll stop interrupting.
So, as you all know, the David Beckham statue was erected this past Saturday.
Nice.
And it was unveiled to everyone. The typical Beckham taking a free kick. Whatever. Come to find out that the Galaxy posted a video. That Galaxy posted a video of like the making of the statue, and just so happened that the creator of the statue just was like, "Yeah, I got the inspiration for the statue from his days at PSG."
Yeah, it's one of his passes or crosses or shots when he was at PSG. Outside of that, I don't know. I have no other further comment on it.
And you know what? To be fair, to be honest, it's like a non-issue because who gives a shit in the end of it?
Well, they do.
Because if they didn't care,
well, they do. Yeah, if they didn't give a shit,
they would have kept up the video that they instead of deleting their video, editing their video, and then re-uploading their video.
Which if
Beckham and PSG jersey talk.
Which if it's difficult to figure out, is my actual issue with it. My actual issue wasn't because it's stupid. Like there's so many images and there's so many shots and there's so many poses that the guy had while he was here. that they could have used, and they could have, could have been the basis. But the basis that they used is a passer across from when he was at Paris Saint-Germain. Whatever. Like, he shouldn't have had a statue first anyway. Like, if he was going to get a statue first, and we talked about this when we first covered them unveil, they were announcing that they did a statue. I fully believe Beckham deserves one. I think it belongs at MLS headquarters. I understand the argument for having one here, and if they're going to do it, then fine, whatever. I didn't understand the need to like delete the video and then cut that shot out, because there's still later in the same video that they used, there's still the same PSG photo in the back of where the sculptor is working. We're like the chief area where the sculptor is working. Big blown up shot of it. Again, whatever. Like, what? Who cares? Whatever. Fine. Like, he has a statue because he was at Madrid and he was at Manchester United, and he eventually went to AC Milan and he captained England, and that's the reason Beckham has a statue.
Here's the reason why Beckham got the statue. There was someone reported it that even 2 hours after the game was done, there were people taking pictures with the statue out there.
He has
That's
it
why
for
the
clicks and
statue's
engagements and whatever.
Yes. It's for the gram, dude.
It's
all
all
about the gram.
hashtag likes, double tap hearts, whatever.
Get them engagements up, dude.
If anything, for me, it solidifies my opinion on Beckham having a statue. He didn't get it because of his time with the Galaxy, because 60% of his time with the Galaxy was bad. The back half of it was really good, and it worked out great, and that's awesome. But the majority of it was.
Let's say 55%.
I'll give you 50. I'll give you 50. Let's go 50. 50% of the time he was here, he was a nuisance and a headache at best. He was a downright distraction on his worst days. On his worst days, in his first few years, he was Gio, but performing better, and actually showing up to work when it was necessary to show up to work. Often played through injury. Give credit where it's due. But when there was a reason to,
and death threats,
major death threats.
But
when there was opportunity or reason to take off, this is a guy who went on camera for Sky Sports when we loaned him to AC Milan because he wouldn't stop complaining about wanting to, play for the World Cup or the Euros or whatever. Every opportunity he had, tried to take off. That is a fact. That's what happened. But he has a statue, not because of the totality of his time here, but because 2 hours after a game, you're going to have people taking pictures with it. I saw the statue. I think it looks nice. It's great. Good on him. He is a actual legend of MLS.
I find it weird and like, okay, cool, that it's like the weird like motion blur thing, whatever that's going on.
Because they wanted to make it.
And like color of the jersey, like it's kind of weird, but it's all good, whatever.
Yeah, good on him. Congrats. I liked that I think it was Mike McGee said once, because I guess it was a surprise in the video package when his kids did the, congrats dad, you deserve it, blah, blah, blah. Like, Beckham was cool and calm for the entire thing.
Except for that
the
part.
moment the kids came on it, he fucking lost it. And good on him. I was glad to see him at the stadium again. I forgot how much
it was nice to see him at the stadium. That was nice.
I heard Brian Jordan was there, but they made him buy his own ticket.
Brian Jordan comes to the Galaxy a lot, as if he's got, presumably nothing better to do on the day. But he shows up a lot.
Well, I see that dude. He's like
got him in a picture.
He's at like the Facebook's, and Instagram, whatever studios and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's just like living his life, man.
Beautiful man. Get him on The Bachelor.
Yeah, no, I think Beckham picked up his ticket. Just gave him some runoff type stuff.
Hey,
I'd hope so.
Just like the old days, baby. Just like the old days. I do like in the live chat. I'm assuming is Damon in his zone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's asking, where's the Kovalenko statue though?
I would.
Now, do you have it where it's like he's literally like snapping some dude's like arm off,
standing over Osvaldo Alonso in that first Seattle game when they came to the Step Up Center?
Was that This Is War?
This is war. Yeah, that's the image I want.
That's going to be on the plaque.
Mm-hmm. This is.
war.
Doesn't even say Dima's name. It just says, This is war.
And he has to be standing on a pile of like body parts, right?
Yeah. Skulls. Just skulls. Yeah, skulls and bones.
I like that.
That's the way they get down.
Let's just put him on like a Game of Thrones chair.
Let's just put him on Beckham's statue.
Yeah, we can do that.
Dima's a better looking man. I'm more scared of Dima than I will ever be of David Beckham.
He's gonna Eastern Promises you. Anyways, all right, moving on. Let's talk the Chicago game. Oh, sorry, no, yes.
All right.
You just got to play the music first, though.
No, he's got to get going first. Then I'll start it.
What? I'm good. I'm sober today, so I'm like whatever you guys need, I'm in. I'm all.
Let's talk because breaking news last Friday.
Mhm.
Giovanni Dos Santos is no longer an LA Galaxy player.
Yeah.
Where is the clapping, Ben? Come on, of all the times. There you go.
I'll be honest. I'm a little disappointed. I really thought the kid was going to find a way to turn the whole thing around. This is the one time you're not going to get.
Just go.
This is the one time you're not going to get anger or rage from me.
It's his happiness, dude.
You know what it is? You can hear the smile on my face. The chickens finally fucking came home to roost. A kid, someone who has spent their whole life dragging ass and partying, and now I don't know whether he does drugs. I've seen a lot of videos and pictures lately that doesn't exactly make him look good, but it all just finally caught up. I think he got to a point where he actually wanted to play soccer. I genuinely think for the 2019 season he wanted to play soccer, but finally, it was too little too late. MLS held their ground and said, no, we will not allow any other avenues that gets you 4 designated players, despite the fact we had 4 last year, whatever. We will not allow, Zlatan and Gio to switch salaries, which doesn't make any sense because they were, again, totally cool with it last year. Never hit a hat trick on the Galaxy. No Gio hat tricks ever going to come. My prediction for 2019, spot the fuck on because he managed to redeem himself by going away. I'm counting that shit.
No, do you count that, Ben? No.
He cashed his $6 million and he took the fuck off. I'm taking it. I don't care. I'm taking it. He's gone. Zlatan's here. Granted, we lost Gio and we lost Bradford and we lost Ola Kamara. So as long as Zlatan is healthy, we're going to be fine, at least for right now. But Bill, you know who deserves a statue? DTK deserves a statue. Schelotto deserves a statue. Well, every manager who beat the Galaxy last year that forced Chris Klein into this position, they all deserve statues in your Legends Plaza. The biggest cancer in the history of the Galaxy, gone. Worst contract in the history of MLS, gone. And and this was another thing. Sorry, I'm going to go past your music. This is another thing. Every person that called me racist, xenophobic, or nationalistic who celebrated Giovanni Dos Santos getting bought out and leaving the fucking Galaxy, I want my goddamn fucking apology. I want it now. I want it yesterday. I want it tomorrow. I want it every day for the rest of your life. How long was Gio here? 4 years? I want it every day for 4 years. That's what I want. That's what I want. Or 1. 1 is fine. 1 will do. Because I'm going to forget eventually. But that's it. Peace. I felt, and you know what was great? There was this like cathartic moment because Galaxy Twitter is a pretty dark place. It's hot, right? Galaxy Twitter is a pretty dark place, and people, admittedly, kind of led by me sometimes, fall down these like dark holes. But there was this uniform, collective, whole positivity and good that just going into, I mean, really, we'll get into the Chicago game. Chicago didn't stand a chance. They didn't stand a chance because you had a team that was playing, all moving in the same direction, even though we didn't play great. But you had an entire fan base moving in the same direction.
It was definitely a different vibe to that game and around the team for sure. Like
just the energy, the positivity. Everyone was like, "Good, he has to go." And I admittedly,
and it's the tweet I had on Friday. I'm like, "Thank you for all the people who cried about us having 4 DPs because you got your wish. Now you gave us $2 million to spend and to make us better as a team. So thank you, MLS for like this is where we're gonna keep our make our stand. Thank you because if you made us keep Giovanni Dos Santos,
the thing none of us wanted.
None of us wanted it, but if you guys were able to make us keep Giovanni Dos Santos,
mm-hmm.
you would have kept us in a hole that we couldn't have dug ourselves out of.
Yeah.
Now you've given us an avenue where we're gonna go and buy 2 more players, 3 more players, and make our team that much better, and make us contenders. That's what you've done. Thank you.
The amount.
Thank you, MLS, because you have made the Galaxy better, and you are, quote unquote, making the rules to benefit the Galaxy, because this is a benefit.
So I need a
Thank
song
you.
for you?
Play the music, man.
No,
Man, play the music. Ed doesn't often get to the music. Play the goddamn music.
I'm
Benjamin.
already done.
You're done?
Yeah.
All right. I think you're even wrong on your I think you're right, spot on everything. But the financial aspect, the amount of money we have to spend is crazy. The amount of money we have to spend to work on this team right now. I'm not even if we lost against Chicago, we can lose the next 2 or 3 games. I'm not really worried. It's going to take time. It's going to take time to build out what these guys wanted to do. Now it's DTK's team. Now it's GBS's
Well, that
team.
was the problem, is they had no room.
They had no room.
They had no room to do anything.
So for all these, and we talked about it earlier in the offseason, a lot of these restructured contracts and bringing a lot of these other guys back and kind of renegotiating things, a big portion of that was we were stuck. We were stuck, and yeah, is Felcher performing the way you want? Not necessarily. Romney ended up getting a raise, but is Boateng performing the way you want? Would you have rather gone out but would you rather go out and get somebody else in that spot? Maybe. But Boateng's willing to come back at the money you need him to come back at, and you're so strapped to the cap, you have to work with what you got. Now, we have the $1.5 million we would have paid Gio that we're not. We have the allocation money that we can convert Ola Kamara's $2.75 million into if we didn't use that cash to buy out Gio. If it's not a direct, we're taking that money from the sale, buying out Gio. If instead we took that money, let MLS go, hey, we're going to take allocation money and we're going to figure some other shit out with it.
I mean, not even that. Say we don't have that, right? Say that money does go to the buyout. You still have $500,000 that was going to Ola Kamara and the TAM that he was going to pay to get him down.
But yeah, but in addition to that, we were looking to buy. The rumors anyway, if you want to believe them, that AEG had signed off on paying Gio $6 million out before Ola Kamara's Chinese Super League offer came in.
Yeah.
So at least from a monetary standpoint, AEG had already said, hey, you do whatever the fuck you got to do to fix this. We're willing to eat $6 million on this fuck.
Oh,
then,
AEG already signed the blank check.
We're
So
good.
go ahead.
Then we were able to flip Ola at a profit. Like, remember,
Mad profit,
we
too.
made an insane profit on Ola Kamara.
God, thank you, China.
And we're keeping roughly $2.75 million of that. And that's in cash. Whether we convert a healthy chunk of that to allocation money or not, it's hard because it is that MLS funny money, but it looks like we're floating somewhere in the area of about $3 million in the green to build out a team that's already got David Bingham, who is playing well, Polenta, who's probably going to get better, we'll say, Shelvik, who's doing okay, and Tuna, who is, I like, but is early, but there's still a team with Sebastian Lletget, with Jonathan Dos Santos, my boy Janino, with Zlatan, with Alessandrini. But this is still a team that has pieces that should be a playoff contender. We were 28 minutes out of making the playoffs last year. 28 minutes. We lost some useful pieces in someone like Kamara. We're still going to have to find a way to replace 14 goals. We're still going to have to find a way to replace Ashley Cole's 10 assists, because it doesn't look like we've found a direct replacement for that yet. But this is a team that was 28 minutes from making the postseason that might have somewhere in the area of $3 million to work with in allocation money. We're going to be okay. If ever before you needed to believe, we're going to fucking be okay. We might have one more questionable personality in the locker room, depending on how he gets over his brother getting sold. But outside of that, we have a coach that's clearly in charge. We have a director of soccer operations that's clearly in charge. We have a captain who is by far and away the guy on the team, and everyone else is built around him. You could feel pretty positive. Coming into the summer, I'm feeling good.
All right, speaking of, let's talk about the game then. And we'll do in our usual fashion. We'll do our ups and downs. I guess I'll go first.
Please.
I'll go with. I guess I'll start. I'll start negative and I'll go positive. Start with the down with the.
Let's do 3 downs and then 3 ups, because mine's is negative too.
So I want to give it down to our new signings.
All of them.
I want to give it down to Antuna,
Okay.
who looked lost, and maybe that because the whole having to switch over to the right side after Alessandrini went out.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, down for Polenta in that back pass. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
Yeah.
It was had a fine showing. Still was not phased by that giveaway, so it's fine. But yeah, I was, and then Cuello definitely looked like he's a step or two slower than everyone on that field. And I think that's just the mentality coming from college and trying to translate into the professional game.
Sure.
Like he just looked lost, big chunks of that game.
My singular down was going to be Cuello.
Cuello.
Boom, boom, boom. He had who scored gave him a 5.9 rating. He was ratings wise the worst player in the field. I agree. I think a lot of it is just going to. I mean, I don't want to go too hard on the kid. I think a significant chunk of it is probably nerves, probably that professional transition from college to preseason to actual real world games that matter, and your opposition's going to be coming at you a lot harder than you're really planning for, or that perhaps you're just looking at. He had a 75% pass completion, so 3 out of 4 passes make it. From where he's at and from what we're kind of asking of him, he has to do better than that. 1 shot in the whole game, dispossessed twice. Like he attempted to dribble and just kept losing the ball. It didn't really work for him in any way.
There's times where you see he'd make smart choices. There was the one where Emma slotted him a ball inside the box. He made a nice run, but Bastian Schweinsteiger has been playing for longer than that dude's been alive.
Yeah.
So, he made a good tackle. I mean,
Yeah.
I think maybe in the long term, when his soccer brain develops into being a professional, it'll catch up. But for a starter, and we saw who came on later in that game that might be starting maybe this weekend, I'm thinking. But Cuello just was, boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
He just looked like the ball was playing around him. He was just turning in circles. Kind of sometimes even looked
Nothing
like
worked.
what he would. Yeah,
Nothing worked.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with both of you. In fact, Antuna was going to be one of my downs, but Felcher also. Felcher got caught up field a bunch of times in that game.
That's one thing that after the rewatch, you notice that, we have our fullbacks attacking, but if we have a team, because Chicago's not great.
No,
they weren't great on the night either. And if they had better attackers, we would have lost this game 5-1, 5-2.
Yeah,
but we got caught on the counter so much.
Yeah.
There was
so much.
There was a one. It was right before we tied it up actually, where they had a
3-on-1. Yeah.
Yeah, and just the guy slips, and he can't catch up to the ball that was crossed. It was, yeah.
Well, they beat us in almost every category.
Yeah.
They outshot us. They outpossessed us. Their passes were more successful. They outdribbled us. We tied them on aerial duels at 14, which is fine. But if they're a counterattacking team, we probably want to do that a little more often. They tackled harder than we did. It was an ugly game. I mean, let's be honest. Outside of it being a home opener, we call it it's a pretty poor game of soccer. No one was.
It was actually better than I
no
thought
one was
it was.
outstanding.
Like when I went back to rewatch it, like it was higher paced than I thought it was.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's a fast game where no one can connect a pass and people are getting the ball taken off them every 30 seconds, every 10 seconds, it's a fast game. It's not.
It wasn't a great.
It's not
game
something
of
you would
soccer.
show
No.
someone to sell
No,
them on
no,
MLS.
Yeah, exactly. To your point, Chuck, that was the one thing about Antuna is the guy. He got the ball. He and Cuello both got the ball taken off him so easily.
Antuna was dispossessed more than any other player on the field.
Yeah.
4 times he tried to dribble and got it taken off of him, and then would go back and do the exact same thing all over again. To your point about any of our new guys, that was Antuna's game plan. He went basically. You can look at the heat maps for that game. He goes basically to the same spot every time. But what he was doing wasn't working. When Alessandrini ends up going down hurt, and Antuna switches over to the right side, and Boateng comes in, his heat map is almost exactly layered over to Antuna's. But he wasn't dispossessed as often. He still got crosses in. Like they went to the same place. They went to the same places and attempted to do the same thing. But Emma was just more successful in it than Antuna. And maybe that's comfortability playing on the left. Maybe it's comfortability playing in MLS. The speed of this game compared to wherever Antuna was before he came here.
Yeah, that's the thing is when DTK was talking about, oh yeah, he can play on the right, play on the left. Not from what I saw. I mean, it looked like he looked like it got taken out of his game because he's been so used to playing on the left all preseason.
Yeah.
That's you switch the sides, it's gonna be
We had a
you look
game
at the
plan.
field different. Yeah, exactly.
You had a game plan, and
Yeah.
and what 8 minutes into your game plan, 9 minutes, 15 minutes into your game plan, something like that. Everything gets changed. Where is it? 20 minutes.
Alessandrini is weak
Made out of
hands.
glass.
Dude, they're made out of paper.
But it's still game one. Still game one for at least specifically on Antuna and Cuello. Still game one. Relatively young. Lot of time.
Yeah, and if you guys have any opinions or questions or anything you want to talk about this game, give us a call 562-641-5277. That's 562-641-5277.
What about your positive, sir?
Positive.
Let's turn this ship around.
Turn it around a little bit. Let's think of a positive. David Bingham. My goodness.
I assumed he was going to take the easy one, so I was like, I'll figure out any of the other ones.
And I posted up our poll last week for the man of the match, and I voted for Bingham. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this dude have a better game in a Galaxy jersey than he did on Saturday.
Save the one chance that it's extremely unfair to ask him to do anything on that Polenta back pass.
Yeah.
And you can even watch the replay. He looks so like when he runs out, his body does this really weird like electrocution thing because he's so shocked. He can't believe that he just passed that ball back. And so he's trying to figure out quickly, like, where do I need to be to give me the best opportunity? Because no part of me whatsoever assumed CJ Sapong would be one-on-one with me, with Polenta having the ball, 3 defenders between me, CJ Sapong, and the goal. Or the ball, CJ Sapong, and the goal. What? But
Did he just? Was it a thing where he was like, he just got caught up in 2 mindsets where he's like, oh, I'm gonna pass it to the defender, or I'm gonna pass it to.
I need to pass.
keeper.
I think I need to pass it hard to get back to the keeper. I need to pass it relatively soft to get to the defender, and he couldn't really make up which one to do, so it ends up going in between the keeper and the defender, and at a medium pace, and it's just it looks like it's played back to Sapong.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it's a perfect pass to Sapong. But outside of that, yeah, I thought Bingham was. I mean, outstanding's probably not really justified, but he was very, very good. He definitely kept us in that game. Saved at least 4 saves, I think 5 shots on goal from Chicago, somewhere around there, and just that one.
Hands down. I mean, the best performance I've ever seen that guy have in a Galaxy jersey. Hands down. What about you?
I don't want to take the easy one either.
Just take it, dude.
I'm gonna try. Look, I love seeing the kid play. I love watching that friend play and having.
He's the talk of the
talk of the town.
Talk of the town. Talk of the
And
weekend.
be burying the lead to not mention it. Do you want me? I can save it for you, Ben, if you want it.
I mean,
No,
it's
I was gonna say it's not just talk of the town. I mean, he was on United States of Soccer with Jason Davis. He was talking about.
let's be real, because even though Zlatan scored that the game winner, everyone was talking about Efren.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go now?
Well, I didn't even. Yeah,
I gotta go.
Yeah,
No.
fuck it, go for it.
It kind of ties into the whole effort thing. And mine was Tuck, at halftime. You remember when I came over? I said hi to you, and I said, we're going to see what kind of tactician Scalotto is.
Mm-hmm.
See what kind of changes he made. And you know what? He pulled all the right strings. Everything. Both his subs came in, made instant impacts, and really changed the game.
Let's be fair. It's the only subs you're gonna make that you can actually, contribute to a game and change the game.
They kind
So,
of.
if you're looking to affect the game, it's
That's
literally
true.
the only 2 you can bring in.
Those are the only 2 offensive
Yes.
subs he had left. Yeah, but
But I mean, whatever they.
he did it at the right time.
Yeah,
You
you know
put
what?
him in the right positions.
You
to
gotta do it.
succeed.
And they both came in, and Efren. It looks from from preseason, he looked like he was.
Well,
It was a little above him. It
yeah,
looked like
he-
he couldn't handle it
Yeah,
just yet.
he came a long way from that first preseason game. we saw
Oh
him
yeah.
in. Just his confidence on the ball. Like when we were talking after that first preseason game, you and I sat in here, Ed, and said the kid looked out of his depth.
Yeah.
And Saturday, I mean, it was unbelievable the difference. I mean, the kid looked like he belonged easily.
I'm not there yet. I'm not quite there yet, but he looks damn good. He was the guy who changed the entire game, right? I think Who Scored had him rated at 6.7, and this is Who Scored's out of ranking out of 10, if that's not clear, but Who Scored had him at 6.7. He had a first assist on the Steris goal, second assist on the Zlatan goal. That pass to Pontius, beautiful. The pass to Pontius rockets off the crossbar, absolutely beautiful. The little chip, the little outside of the foot chip to Steris, who's coming in at the perfect time. A big game to him, not getting as many plaudits as he probably deserves, but big game from Daniel Steris. But that little outside of the boot chip he got to him reminded me, and it's only because I've been going through it recently and been looking at a lot of old clips with Gio and seeing what he was able to do. But Efren's pass looks just like Alessandrini's pass to Gio when we're playing, I think it's Minnesota, and Gio gets that little kind of hooks it in with his foot in the goal at the last second. You couldn't wish for a better performance. He's now, Efren Alvarez becomes our youngest player to start a USL game, youngest player to get an assist in Galaxy history. Presumably, sometime pretty soon, he's going to become the youngest player to start a game in Galaxy history. You are all watching history be made with this kid, and he looks up for it. He definitely looked better than Cuello did in every minute they were both on the field. So, really, really excited to see what he's going to be able to do.
Yeah, and like I said, I think what we saw from Cuello and what we saw from Alvarez, I wouldn't be surprised if you see him starting in that attacking mid role on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know. Cuello just got a lot of minutes in preseason. I gotta think they're not going to throw him out after one. I mean, that's going to crush that kid. I mean, at least whatever confidence he's built up through the preseason, it's going to destroy him. It'll undo all the work he did. And if you keep Efren on the bench for one more game, you hear all the things they were talking about in the post game. They're working on keeping his feet on the ground and kind of keeping him contained to, hey, you're really good, but you're 16 and really good, and you haven't started a game in MLS yet and really good. So let's slow it down. If I'm placing a bet, I think we start Cuello again, and Efren comes in, maybe gets a couple more minutes than he got this time.
All right, I can see that. So was that, Ben, you already had your up for this game? What else? Anything else you saw from this game that you positively negative, anything?
Positive. We had 13 shots overall as a team, only 2 from outside the box, so we're working the ball inside, trying to get some more high quality chances. 3 shots from the 6-yard box, 8 from inside the penalty area, 5 on target, and 5 successful dribbles. We had 9 tackles in the game, which tied us for joint second bottom of the league. Chicago had 18. DC, for some comparison, DC United had 27 overall. So we're defensively kind of getting a little slow, but we're going to be picking these things up as the defense kind of figures out where everybody else is. It's not going to be a matter of Chicago is wasting a chance and we've kind of recovered the ball and playing it back out. Hopefully over time, it'll be more of, we're getting in there and being impactful. Outside of the back pass, I thought Polenta was fine. I still don't, we're not seeing what I don't think we're seeing right now, or even in preseason, what we're eventually going to get out of him. I think there's going to take some polishing of that gym. Remember, he didn't play soccer for about a year, didn't he? He was out for a while. It's going to take some time for him to get up to competitive soccer speed outside of the preseason, outside of friendlies. Give that kid a month, and I think we're going to be amazed by him. I genuinely believe we're going to be amazed by him. He still looks so calm and cool and collected on the ball. Felcher was great, highest rated player on our team. Front to back, including over Big Zlatan. And Zlatan getting a goal, getting off the mark and getting started.
I would say this is probably one of the worst games Zlatan had for us.
Still finished at 7.1, I think.
It was, let's be honest, he got dispossessed.
7.3.
He got dispossessed a couple times. Wasn't really connecting with anybody.
His passes weren't working. What passes he did try to do. And, you don't really expect him to be this great chance creator, especially looking at the people around him and Alessandrini out. And now you've got Antuna and Emma, who famously, can't really score to save his life. And this other kid who's
across the ball.
Across the ball. And this other kid, Antuna, who's kind of having a shocker of a game. Even inside of that, Zlatan couldn't really get any passes kind of going and connecting. But 5 total shots is what you want from a forward.
On the live feed, on our chat, Brian Lovos, he does make a point, because Leget's supposed to be back for this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be back for Saturday, so if he is, do you put him in there, or you start him on the bench?
I started him on the bench.
Start him on the bench, just so we can ease him into it a little bit?
The other thing is
he's not coming back and just getting hurt right again.
You can't have him, part of the concern has to be, well, does he come back healthy? Do we put him right in? I can't recall exactly. I feel like he went down with a right hamstring injury. Sound right? I'm not trying to start someone.
Let's do the Galaxy. It's the lower body. muscle.
Lower body muscle injury.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to start him at a position that's going to demand he do a ton of running, coming off a hamstring injury for someone who's been battling some lower body injuries for a while. I think if you're going to sub him in, probably end up subbing him in I'd rather end up subbing him in at center midfield if we need a goal, getting someone like Carrasco off, who is, where attacking goes to die. I think you run with the game plan. Start Cuello. Cuello doesn't work out. Sub in Efrain. If Leget's healthy and ready to go, you can use him to take Emma off, because by that point, Emma's probably going to need a substitution, and then you only have Leget running 20, 25 minutes, or, drop him in the middle.
Like in the chat from Damon AZ and Madam Serrano, the bench boy.
Hashtag the bench boy.
The bench boy.
So yeah, I wouldn't rush him just because I'd be concerned about re-aggravating the injury, and then you got to start all over.
Let's talk about injuries. And the same shit, different year with Ramon.
Well, I
just paper thin.
Yeah.
Hamstrings. I mean, and this just goes back to us thinking maybe it's not so great to give this dude an extension. Maybe it's time to you know what? If someone who's going to play 20 or less games in a year, we're starting the precedent, right? Like, hey, if you can't play a full year, we're just going to drop you.
Yeah, this is
we're starting it, right?
So I read on world famous Galaxy Twitter shortly after the game a lot of the same sentiment, like, oh God, well, Alessandrini hurt again. Oh, you can't offer the guy an extension. This is all I took from it. Yeah, I can understand not wanting. Most of what I was reading from people said, hey, offer the guy a 1-year extension. If it's 2 years, it's a 1-year extension with a one-year club option, putting us in a position of power. I understand that. That's what we should offer any player over 30, 31 years old, who isn't a Zlatan level, Beckham level. You follow. What a difference a day makes when Gio's gone. Because the day after Gio's gone, they're like, oh, you can't offer Alessandrini a 2-year extension. You fucking crazy? You gotta get rid of this guy. Look, TAM player at best. Open up a designated player spot, see what we can do. Maybe we can make some moves. The day after Gio's gone, you go 2 days in the past and go, look, we can't offer Alessandrini more than a 1-year extension.
Well, here's the thing:
people cut your fucking hand off.
You can't have it where every year this dude goes down and misses, 15 games of the year. Like, you can't.
I follow you.
It's just, and especially if it's a DP contract. Even so, what if he makes just above the DP threshold where you can't tap him down? Fine. But
the most painful DP spot is the one that's like just outside of being able to buy him down. Just outside of being able to buy him down. And then he goes down, and now you're at Jonathan and Zlatan, and that's your core going forward. Yeah, maybe it's because it's life's a little happier with Gio being gone, but if he can get Alessandrini down to TAM, that would be it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
It wouldn't be the worst thing. All right, moving on. We did get our email from the week from Big Tony. Thank you so much, Big Tony. So showing no faith in the Galaxy, I predicted a draw, which did not happen, while Ben and Chris both correctly predicted a win for the good guys. Both Ben and Chris predicted Zlatan would score, but neither foresaw Steres. No one saw Steres scoring a goal. The goal scoring machine, not really. But he did put one past Chicago. Ben and Chris start the season with a point lead over Ed, or myself, sorry. It's kind of hard to read in this with trying to...
When it's about you?
Yeah. So many of you guys who did join a prediction game followed suit with 46 of the 52 entrants predicting a G's win.
52 entrants? That's
52.
fucked
That's
up.
cool, man. 15 of those predicted the correct scoreline, but much like the show, no one expected Steres to score. So with so many grabbing 2 points from the day, I'll pass. Oh, he passes on. He has the list of everyone that's on the
Who
game.
did I pick to score? You see up there? I genuinely thought I had
You had
Steres.
Zlatan twice and Emma once.
Emma. Okay. Well, that was fucking insane.
Yeah,
Was I drinking last week?
I think you had someone else and changed it to Emma.
yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
It wasn't
even more.
Steres,
It
though.
wasn't
You
Steres?
did not
Okay.
have Steres. No.
Alessandrini should get a rub and tug. get the muscle injury out.
And then he also goes on to say, maybe after Dallas, we will start to see a smaller leader group. So speaking of Dallas, Dallas head into the season with what seems like a good preseason record, 3-1-0, having scored 16 goals in 4 games. However, their opponents were NXT Rayados, Houston Baptist University, FC Bayern Munich 2, and San Antonio FC, which is the game that they lost. Most will say preseason doesn't matter, which the burn, I like that he throws in that,
Nice.
demonstrated only in managing a 1-1 draw on the weekend versus New England on a goal from Colombian winger Michael Barrios. Last season, the G's faced Dallas twice, both times losing 2-3. Kamara Boateng scored in the first game. Zlatan netted a brace in the second. In the last 6 meetings, against Dallas, the G's have lost 5 and drawn once. The last time the G's won in Dallas was a 2-1 win on August 15th, 2015, where Keane scored a brace.
I appreciate the sheer amount of work you just put into that.
Yeah, thank you, Big Tony. I really
Well
appreciate
done,
that.
sir.
But yes, thank you so much. And he did send me a list of all those who have participated in the game. And you guys, if you do want to participate in that for the Dallas game, make sure you're you're going to RiotSquadcast.com. The prediction game for Dallas is up there right now. Also, the rules are up there, and then also like the prizes. So if you want to go up there, read the rules and everything that you can get as a winner of the prize. And again, thank you, Big Tony, on that as well. And if you're if you're a Patreon participant, patreon.com/RiotSquadcast, we are doing a monthly winner of an away day shirt. So,
What?
yeah, you can go and sign up for $5-10 a month. Then there's other perks. Go do it. And thank you guys for buying our shirts too, by the way.
I saw the
the
people like showing up to the game wearing them. It was fucking
That
awesome.
was really weird. It's fucked up.
Yeah, mostly because I just wore like a Galaxy jersey. Erica was like, "You're not going to wear a Squadcast shirt?" And I was like, "Well, I don't want to be a podcaster walking around in my own shirt."
Why not? Do band members like wear their own shirts?
This is the one time you don't have that fucking drop ready.
Because his fat ass is eating pizza.
Jesus
When I
Christ,
do
Ben.
producer work.
That's the one time I'm like, he's going to play the Josh drop. How does he not play the Josh drop?
I was gonna play it, but then I thought better of it.
You fatty. You
This
fatty
is
fat
the moment you're like, discretion.
No, I
This is the one moment in his entire fucking life. He's like, hang on, let me think this through. Let me take a second. I don't want to go for the obvious joke. Every other second I've known this guy, it's the obvious joke.
The sad thing is, you're absolutely right, 100%.
Andrew says there's no such thing as too much self-promotion. And he ain't wrong about that.
Ain't wrong about that. All right, so let's see. So with Alessandrini out, let's do some mock lineups. What do we think? Do we see pretty much the same lineup we saw at the end of the game?
The exact same thing.
Or when Alessandrini came out, you just have Boateng on the left, Antuna on the right.
So I got Antuna on the right, Antuna and Felcher. It's damage limitation. I mean, you go with what you got. We started out the last game in a really what was an attacking 4-3-3. We had Cuello up top in the midfield three. Antuna pressed up really, really high with Zlatan. Alessandrini pressed up really, really high with Zlatan. And then your two, relatively holding center midfielders. Felcher doing a lot of overlapping work. You look at his heat map; he's all over the place. But sorry, I'm fucking reading the live chat. I gotta get out of there. With Alessandrini going down, you don't really have an option for anyone else at right wing besides moving Antuna over to the right. Because you could have put if Schelotto had any faith, if anyone really of the last 3-4 managers had any faith in him on the right, you would have seen him on the right by now. But as soon as he comes in, it's we're going to move the Loney, who's been playing to play at a certain place, play on Zlatan's side at a certain time, play with a center midfielder. We're going to move him over to the other side because out of necessity. You could have moved Emma over, and Emma could have played with a bunch of people he's used to playing with, and we still had to move Antuna over.
What do you think of having Pontius come on as a right wing and then having Antuna go back at the left, and that way you can have Emma come off as the super sub at the end of the game where dudes are tired and you got that guy to come off.
I personally think that's what they're going to do.
What, put Pontius to the right?
Yeah, I think Pontius starts. Just because I think that everybody saw that Antuna couldn't do it over on the right. He was a border with both he and Felcher over there. You saw that Chicago kept going down their left side.
That was Chicago's side all night.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think he's going to see that, and
it's hard to see Pontius starting a game until we sign another forward, because if anything happens to Zlatan, it's got to be Pontius who plays. It has to be Pontius who plays forward. Everyone else is gone. You look at this. You look at the bench for. Fuck, I think I closed it. But you look at the bench for who we had against Chicago. We had Boateng, Pontius. Who was the third sub? Boateng, Pontius,
Alvarez,
and
then 3 defensive
Lamson,
players.
Tomas Hilliard-Arce, and Dave Romney. If anything happens to Zlatan, he pulls up, knock on wood, he pulls up lame, or if he gets sick the night before, Pontius has to start it forward. So you don't want to start him at right wing. And then if he goes down, it's like, well, every defender in the game knows Zlatan has to play the full 90 minutes. I think that's why you're going to end up getting you're going to get Boateng and Antuna starting, just out of squad necessity. If Bradford Jameson was still on the team, you probably more likely see him than you would see Pontius on the right, just because he can cover. But even then, you could in theory play Pontius and then, slub Zlatan Ibrahimovic off for Bradford Jameson.
Just play Romney as a center forward and just have him ping balls to him.
Sold. But Stairs up there.
Hey
Kid's got a
man,
head.
we looked pretty threatening on set pieces.
That's all we got.
So Stairs could have had 2 goals on the night had he not hit that first one right at the keeper.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't expect too much. But I genuinely can't imagine a scenario where it's not Emma and Antuna. Antuna?
Antuna.
Antuna.
There's
just flat out.
There's no Enya.
He's just there's no, huh?
The squiggly line on top.
Enya?
That's what the N and the squiggly line, it's an Enya.
Is that what it's actually called?
Yeah.
I can't tell if you're fucking with me or if that's genuinely what it's called.
He's looking at you as speaking with authority, man.
Yeah,
I ain't seen that in a while.
Say it again. How do you say it?
Enya.
Enya.
Like Enya.
Okay.
But
I got
yeah.
it now.
Like the musician chick?
Enya, but yeah.
Not, yeah, Enya.
Enya. Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah, fucking.
It's the N with the squiggly line on top.
Right. There's a whole lot of N words going on around here right now. We got to dial this bitch back. Fucking wheel it back in.
But yeah, I feel like just our depth is so non-existent right now, just because of all the injuries that are going on. But
if ever you looked at an upside to having like $3 million in allocation money to spend, and with the roster not being frozen yet, so still plenty of time.
Well, the roster's not frozen until May 1st, so
yeah.
We have some time. All right, let's get our predictions, and then since I got no points last week.
May 7th, actually.
Really?
For the roster freeze.
I
Yeah.
thought I saw May 1st.
You saw wrong, motherfucker.
I saw wrong. Let's see.
FC Dallas away.
FC Dallas away. We haven't beat Dallas in 4 years. We're pretty thin depth wise. Dallas tied New England in their first preseason game. I'm trying to talk myself into it, man. Let's go with you know what? Fuck it. Let's go with 3-1 win.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
You might be right, because remember, I started hot last year. And then, so you're the most incorrect this time? Who was the most wrong between you and me?
Well, I think you said 3-1.
Does Tony give us an order? Usually he gives us an order.
Did you say 2-1 or did you say?
I said 2-0. He said 3-1.
So you're both off kind of.
Yeah, we're off.
You know, rock,
kind of
paper,
by
scissors?
exactly the same time.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No,
One round.
you know what? I picked Ben.
You pointed at me and said, so you want to rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
For the listener who
I
can't
that
see,
right now.
Ed was like, I picked Ben, and then pointed at me. So 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Yep, let's do it.
Fuck. Okay. So Ben won.
I can't even get my goal scores in, or
Yeah, go ahead.
We were handling real business with
yeah, exactly.
With your draw.
I'm gonna go 2 for Zlatan, and then I'm gonna go 1 for Pontius.
Okay. I don't think we're going to win this. I hope we do. God, please, Jesus, we need a good start. Especially if we can get a good start prior to bringing some people in. I think we're going to end up losing this. I think we're going to lose. It's still hard to bet against someone like Zlatan to think we're going to go shut out, but I think we're going to end up losing this 2-0. 2-0 with no injuries, though, so I am going to go positive there. This is what I don't get. If it's 2-0, do I hit the hat trick? Because I'm saying we're going to have 0 goal scorers.
Yeah, I guess you got the goal scorers and prediction. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Actually, you know what?
fair.
That's not up to us. It's up to Big Tony.
No.
Well, no. Big Tony is responsible for the
'Cause
internet prediction game.
If we lose, he gets he gets that
Yeah,
point.
he gets the scores. Yeah, I guess.
If he
If he
gets
gets the
scores,
scores.
he gets that right. And since
Yeah,
we would
then I
have no
guess he gets
scores,
the
then he'd get the 3 points.
Cool. I'll take that. Yeah, I think, sadly, remorsefully, I think it's going to be a 2-0 loss.
I disagree. I actually think we're going to draw this game.
Ooh,
Damn, someone's gonna point.
Someone is fucking.
Yep.
Just about, I hope it's. In part, I kind of hope it's you, just so it gets all evened up. But I also want to
Yeah,
win, so fuck you.
I kind of want to say 2-2, but I'm going to play on the conservative side and go 1-0.
Okay,
So,
who's the goal scorer?
I'm going to say the goal. It's got to be Zlatan.
Okay.
Although I got a feeling it's going to be Pontius, but I'm going to say Zlatan.
I can tell you,
officially.
in the live chat right now, Dan Montjoy has a 1-1 with Steris as a goal, giving him the lead for the Galaxy Golden Boot. You really should take
Well,
that pick.
you know who has a goal, right? Is Daniel Steres. You know who doesn't have a goal? Joseph Martinez.
That's true. Well, that's because Joseph Martinez is a bitch. That's the main thing.
Daniel Steres is a man.
Daniel Steris is indeed a man.
Who doesn't have golden tips in his hair?
No, he has.
He doesn't have frosted tips.
Yeah, he has the hair of someone his age, which is good. In the decade that
a good American haircut,
now it's getting
like
now it's getting questionable.
like a proper haircut,
I don't.
like a parted to the side haircut.
Oh goodness, wearing a black shirt with gold trim. I just learned about that.
All right, let's move on. You wanna hum the song, Chris? This has got to be thrilling for people to listen to, right?
Well, for anyone who doesn't know the song "Rumors" by Timex Social Club, it doesn't make any sense at all.
All right, so it's been reported or rumored on Twitter that the Galaxy are rumored to World Cup winning defender, and I'm probably going to butcher this name. I'm sure I am. Adil Rami, who currently plays for Marseille in France. Marseille in France. Yeah, I mean, this is a guy who knows Alessandrini from playing with him. Also knows Zlatan, I believe. They played together on Milan, I believe.
He was at Milan. He was at Milan in 2014. So I don't know. That might have been just a little too late.
2014 2015. Anyways. 33-year-old defender from Bastia, France. We've been looking to get another. We've been rumored to a couple of center backs now.
Mm-hmm.
We got monies.
We have ins.
We got them cheddars. What do you think? What do you think about this?
We also got 2 international spots.
Oh yeah, it was reported randomly that we traded an international spot we got an international spot from Columbus on Friday.
Weird.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Random.
It didn't say for what, but
I think
Guessman said that the press release is supposed to be later this week. So doesn't make sense.
So it was like
It's
unofficially
MLS.
official.
Yeah.
well, it was on the MLS website. So someone found it and then tweeted it to Guessman.
Yeah.
And then he put it out there.
Oh, okay. Weird.
So, and potentially a third one with if the rumored of Alessandrini getting his green card.
Yeah.
So that could potentially bring in a third international spot.
Oh, it's nice to be good again. It's nice to at least be moving.
Bring in
towards
all
being
your
good.
Frenchies and your RGs.
We'll take
bring
them
them
all.
all.
Yeah.
Just bring them all.
Uruguayans.
Oh, your Costa Rican. What?
Costa Rican. Yeah. Venezuelan. Any
Find
of
a
them.
Colombian, doesn't matter.
I
just
wanted a
want the
Colombian
ins.
so bad on this team because they do so well in this league, and I'm like, why aren't you guys going for these dudes?
Because they don't sell tickets.
Oh, that's true.
Is there like a Colombian contingent?
I remember for a while there was like they were just bringing in dudes from Colombia, and they were just like bossing. I'm like, dude, bring those guys in. They're probably cheap as hell too, and they make good ass coffee.
A good friend, Madam Serrano, saying we got the Madam Serrano, the Galaxy Outsider. If you don't follow him on the Twitter, he says we got an international spot for 50,000 in Gam and Tam. So good old fake allocation money.
Jam Tam.
So what do you think?
I mean, we're gonna get some players in. I mean, it's happening. It's gonna happen. Just
I think
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if these older center backs are kind of the guys I want them to bring in, though. But they are experienced. I mean, you can't. How do you say no to a World Cup winning defender like?
Who's at Marseille?
Yeah, I mean.
You do if it doesn't make sense. So far this year he's played 13 games. He has a goal and an assist. Like he's still actively playing. He's playing soccer, but he is a little older, and in MLS is a more physical league. Like it's going to be harder than it is playing as one of the top French teams in what is, being honest, just a less physical league. I don't really get the money. He got bought by Marseille in July of 2017, and he's still actively playing, and they bought him for $6.84 million, according to Transfer Market. We're not paying a transfer fee for him, or he'd be a designated player. So I don't really get how that money's going to work on that player. I get the rumors. I just, knowing even a little bit about MLS's rules and their structure, it doesn't make sense.
Well, here's the thing, man. He wants to be close to his girlfriend. Do you know who his girlfriend is? A one. Hey, that's Ben jerking off over there. If you ever know this, I know. It's the one, the only Pamela Anderson.
She does good work, I've seen. But I thought they said she had moved out to Marseille with him.
But she probably wouldn't come back to California, dude.
She must live in Long Beach.
Yeah.
Fuck dang
Long Beach living.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I just don't see how the money I don't see how the money works. Even with us being flush, I don't see how the money works. He seems like he would require a transfer fee.
He's gonna start his new fashion brand out here. So he's like, no, I'll take $700,000.
Well, it would be interesting. Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
I would say they could do what they did with Cole and with De Jong when they came out. Have them negotiate out of their own contract.
But with Cole was a problem for Roma. Roma wanted, as a personality, Roma was willing to eat the money to get the person actually away.
Cole was not playing and didn't want to play for them anymore. And Roma was like, we don't want you to play for our team.
And with De Jong was promised that he would get a designated player deal the following year, kind of like what Zlatan had. Adil Rami is not getting a fucking DP deal at 34 years old. It's not going to happen, no matter how good he is. I still think it's going to be. I think we'll end up with center back coverage. I think it'll end up being. We might have one more promotion from the academy. We have a couple kids that are right on the cusp, but I think we're going to end up. I think Giancarlo Gonzalez just monetarily still makes the most sense.
And if you want to have something that's more or less a sure thing, and the region,
they're the same age though, aren't they? They're pretty much the same age.
I think Giancarlo's 32. But that's what I'm
Giancarlo's
saying.
31.
Yeah, they're
31.
All right.
So he's a couple years younger.
Yeah.
And he's Costa Rican. That's close enough to Colombia, right?
Yeah.
It's in the region.
Yeah, it's in the region.
You throw a dart at it
Still
and get
good call.
close.
And was he? Giancarlo's playing in what Serie A, right? So
Giancarlo is at
actually played in
Bologna.
Serie B.
He's at Bologna in Serie A.
Suck it.
He's loaned down to Serie B.
Suck it.
He left Palermo in July of 2017 to join Bologna for $1.71 million.
So we could totally get him a for a TAM deal.
He's played 10 games this year, so he is still playing 10 games in Serie A and 2 games in the Coppa Italia. So he is, he's bouncing around. He's not getting full matches for Bologna. He's averaging about 60, 70 minutes a game, so some subs here and there.
I'm saying it's in a league that's very defense heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably want to get that dude in.
I'd be okay with that. And especially defense heavy and not one of the bigger teams, so he's got to be used to having people come at him and quickly and a little more physical. Italian league is way more physical than it used to be. I'm hoping it's him, and he's got experience with MLS. He played with Columbus, I think it was, for a year.
Yeah.
He's been in the league. He's been around and sold for a profit, and his value's kind of taken a step back. Maybe he's one of these guys that we fix and we repair what they're doing and see if we can get some value out of them.
All right.
Well, the other rumor that was from this week was Giuseppe.
It wasn't really a rumor. It was just Giuseppe.
So Giuseppe was spotted.
Giuseppe, the trader Rossi, was spotted on his Instagram that he was flying somewhere and it was sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was rumored that he was going to come to the Galaxy. But then that was kiboshed into him having a trial with LAFC, and then didn't really see pictures of him training with them or anything. And then it came out that he was done trialing and wasn't going to get offered a contract.
Yeah.
And then was spotted Saturday at the Galaxy game.
Well, my understanding is LAFC never said that he's on trial with them or he was even training with them officially. I don't know if that ever changed or if something came out that I didn't see. I do my best to not really pay attention to those people, but my understanding is officially LAFC was never like, hey, he's on the books with us or he's trialing with us right now. He's training with us. It was announced in the MLS, rumor sphere, but nothing really that popped out officially. So who knows? But he was at here it goes. Baxter had it. He says Giuseppe Rossi, he quote tweeted someone who said Giuseppe Rossi is not training anymore with LAFC. So you are right there. being told he spoke yesterday with Bob Bradley and is now gone. So, and he said, Baxter said he spoke with someone at the Galaxy and they knocked down the idea of the former Italian national winding up in LA. So
That dude's going to end up on a USL team.
that would be the Lights. It'd have to be the Las Vegas
Oh,
Lights.
yeah.
That'd be great.
How great would it have been if that dude signed for LAFC, though?
It'd have been good. I did see it would make them easier to hate, but I saw some Galaxy fans saying they would like, the only reason they would like Rossi, and no one here is advocating for Giuseppe Rossi, but the only reason they would like him is ensuring that villain title kind of comes back to the Galaxy.
Oh, I'm absolutely embracing the villain role.
Yeah, you got to go full Marty Skrull at this point.
Whoop, whoop.
So outside of that, hopefully he doesn't play in the Galaxy, so I can keep hating him.
All right, Benjamin, do you have some lightning round questions for us, sir?
Way too low.
Let's play that.
You gonna do it one more time?
Cut it off.
Just
Let's play
hit
that
it one
again.
more. Hit it. There you go. Everybody loves it.
Let's get the pew-pews in this bitch. I'll just...
Just leave it up. Beep, 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 beep. I'm still waiting for my Josh drop, but whatever. It's fine. There you go.
It's too low. God damn it. All right, Ben.
This is why I drink during the show.
Yeah.
Because it helps me cope.
And ease the pain.
Fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks.
Now the discretion's gone.
Was that loud enough?
Yeah.
It was. Thank you.
Booming.
All right, so we did get one email with a lightning round question. It was from Michael Dallum. He asked, who's the bigger defensive liability this season, Steres or Felcher?
I'm going to say Felcher because he's probably going to be on the field more than Stairs is going to be. So, yeah.
Correct answer. I will. This is the shortest my answer is ever going to be. Correct. Felcher is going to play. Steres probably isn't. So, done.
All right, we're done with the lightning round. Tuck, you got a FIFA update?
Oh, you're terrible. There's so many
Let's
tweets.
talk real quick.
Let's stop asking people to tweet the show.
And apparently, yeah, right?
He doesn't
Because
read.
there's a bunch of...
Hey Ed, what did you think about Klein getting booed during the Beckham?
I found that both enjoyable and sad at the same time.
Yeah, I used to like that guy so much. It's
I found it
shame.
enjoyable because I was like, oh, wow, fans actually, cared.
because it wasn't just us.
Yeah, no, it was
It genuinely
stadium.
was not us. It was the stadium, and there were applauses and there were cheers, but the stadium booed there really is no two ways about that, and it's deserved. If you wanted our opinion on it,
And you saw it in his face, he had a grand...
it hurt.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it
just
hurt.
stung a little
It
bit.
was awkward. And then the moment he announced Beckham, the whole stadium was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
someone who did something positive, kind of made up for himself."
I felt both sad and happy in that moment. Just like, wow, that was weird.
There did appear to be a realization on his face of, oh man, it's not 10 or 15 or 20 or 600 loud assholes.
It's
Everyone
just not
gets
those
it.
corner assholes that
Everyone
are
gets it.
booing me.
Well, that you don't have Vianis to not show up to Legends Nights anymore. You are the guy. You are the bad apple at this point. So yeah, you feel bad for the guy. What are you gonna do?
What else? Do you have some more lightning round questions for us, Chris?
Yeah, let me just
Because Ben,
keep
there's a
scrolling
lot
through
of-
since Ben doesn't want to read anything. Travis at Off the Post 18 said, for the LA Kings, each player who scores has a different song that they've picked out to play. What would be your song that plays if you scored, or what song would you choose for some of the players? So what song would you have play, if you scored a goal? What would be your banger?
What's the Selena would have
Selena
loved
Wood,
it.
yes.
What was that song?
Ed, again, fucking correct. That is the right answer. Mine was going to be Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison, but yours, what is it called? It was Cumbia
Yeah.
by Guavi or something like that.
Yeah.
That is the official theme song of the Riot Squad.
Yeah,
Cast.
of course.
No
of course.
disrespect to Fiverr, but
All
I
right,
think
Tucker.
I think that's about it. We'll wrap it up.
Do
There.
you
Thank you for your
have?
question.
Thank you guys for your questions. Thank you. We did get a couple of voicemails that Ben didn't want to play either.
Ben looks so mad.
Yeah.
Man. It's awesome.
But yeah.
What are we looking for, sir? Sorry.
FIFA update, sir.
Yes.
You have that for us.
This week, written by good friend Andrew Alessana, Capo Supremo, who did an outstanding job on Saturday. Thank you very much, sir. You and all the other capos. You guys were incredible this weekend.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of the Boom Boom.
I
clap.
even got on the drums at the end of the game there.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
I heard it go off beat a little bit. I assumed they changed it up, but also there are whole new instruments from the last time I was at the stadium.
There's the.
I don't know what that's called. The little dun, 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 from the Mask, whatever it's called. But I dug it.
Not share the mask, the other mask, right?
No, the-
Jim Carrey mask.
They call me Cuban Pete. I'm the king of that I'm a beat, whatever. And when they call me, I go chicky boom, chicky boom, chicky boom. Or whatever the lyrics of that song is. Anywho, yeah, Capo Supremo wrote our FIFA update this week. So Hugo, our dear commissioner, fucked up a little bit, opened up one extra week. So
Sorry, hold
some
on.
of the live chat.
Jose Orozco in the chat says, calls Ben a maple syrup sucking Canadian.
Oh man,
All right, sorry, go ahead.
Wait, who was it?
Jose Orozco.
you're blocked.
Fuck you, Jose.
Oh man.
Hang on 1 second. I want to make sure I don't forget that. Yeah, so we have Hugo fucked up a little bit, accidentally opened up one extra week that we should have had. Should have been weeks 13 through 16. We accidentally did 13 through 17. So yeah, what are you gonna do? So Andrew's got our power rankings for this week. Gonna read verbatim as best I can. Weeks 13 and through 17 are done and dusted. We are beyond the halfway point of the season. Now is the time to scratch or claw your way into the playoffs or plummet down the leaderboard like the 2018-2019 Lakers. And in brackets, he has clip set. So pathetic. 0 championships. Like the best thing the Clippers have ever done was draft Blake Griffin, and then it's been all downhill. Anywho, both conferences look to have the playoff teams separated from the non-playoff teams, but with 14 or more games left, anything is possible. Number 1, Ed, do you have a guess? Number 1 with a bullet, power rankings.
Which I loved meeting him on the weekend and his lady.
Your boy.
My boy. Oh, Jerry Bear.
Chair Bear, number 1 with Watford yet again. It finally happened.
Up the Owns.
Ooh, it finally happened. Jer Bear has been beaten. West Ham
I don't
came
believe
in
it.
and beat Watford 1-0.
Don't believe it.
It's the first game
Fake
that Jer
news.
was not able to score in. So kudos to Texas 41. Our good friend Adrian used to be a ticket rep with the Galaxy. But it was not enough to knock Jer off the top spot, boasting a goal differential of plus 51.
He could do better.
What? I mean, come here. Jer Bear, let's bring this bad boy home. Boasting a goal differential of plus 51 and a league leading 41 points through 16 games. He is still the one with the target on his back, and this week has proved that he is not infallible. Number 2, we have Mazzatella 10 with Aston Villa. That's our good friend over at Straight from the Stands. Yes. The top man in Conference 2 has familiarized himself with the top 6. 38 points puts him in second in the league, and he continues to play all his games, which is what carries him to the number 2 spot week in and week out. Play your games, guys. Firing 41 goals so far, 16 coming from Tammy Abraham and 13 more coming from Kojia? Sure. Mazza is definitely a tough game. Number 3, we have 23 Yanks and Swansea City, and still undefeated 23 Yanks and Swansea City is going to hold on to the number 3 spot. He might have overtaken Mazza had he played all his games. He has 15 games total, but he has definitely deserved of being towards the top of the list. With over half of his total goals, 36 in total, coming from Narzing, who has scored 18, it sounds like competitors need to key in on the Dutch winger. Can Swansea pull off an Invincibles-type season? Only time will tell. Number 4, we have Hugo with Burnley, hashtag Fear the Bees. He had another hashtag about honey that I forgot because he whooped Andrew's ass, which is great. It was a
The bee's knees.
yeah, the bees knee.
No, I don't know what it was.
It is with great regret that I begrudgingly put this entry in. Scripting clearly helping Hugo out at number 4. He pulled off a win against Fulham in the most blatant attempt of FIFA to help out a player who is clearly not at the caliber of his opponent. Hugo is somehow at 11 wins with a dismal goal differential of plus 16, while people below him in the conference have far more goals scored and far less goals scored against them. This is
I
one
like
of those.
how you go talk shit one
It's
time.
awesome, right?
Talk one time, and then every time Andrew's going to do a write-up, it's going to just like
Just talk
throw
about-
so much shade on Hugo.
This is one of the cases like an elephant in a tree. You don't know how it got there, but you know it's coming down eventually. Damn. That is fucking harsh. Number 5, we have Nico Fichot with AFC Bournemouth. Nico's Bournemouth have yet to lose and are probably only so low in this list because of the games played. He's only played 14 of his 17 games allowed. Bournemouth has only allowed 8 goals in those 14 games and can be seen scoring regularly with young English striker Caleb Wilson. Sitting at number 3 in Conference 1, hopefully Nico makes up his games and is able to move his way up the charts. And number 6, if you haven't heard a name yet that you'd all expect, coming in at number 6, our good buddy Decline 44 with Liverpool. Last but not least, we have yet another undefeated team. Similar to Bournemouth, Decline has some games to make up. Otherwise, he would be further up the standings. Although only 13 games played, Liverpool has only given up 4 goals. In contrast to Liverpool of real life, they have been getting it done defensively. With a possible 12 points on the table, Decline could easily have shot his way up to the near the top of this list, but without those games played, I'm unable to truly judge where his natural position is in the league. Honorable mentions this week go to Andrew with Fulham, who is still playing amazingly, Samoa Bob, and Obiso Samuel with Chelsea. Top scorers is so far we have Delafeu with Watford, has 30 goals. Troy Deeney with Watford has 20 goals. Narzing with Swansea has 18 goals. Alexander Mitro still on fire with 16 goals. Barnes at Burnley with 16 goals, and Tammy Abraham at Aston Villa with 16 goals. Remember to get your games in so we can accurately make these write-ups. And also, don't be afraid to upload your goals to Twitter and share them with the world. Nico Fichot had a beautiful chip against Gilbert. I'll retweet it from the main account if you haven't seen it. Beautiful chip against Gilbert, and you can see it by checking at Squadcast FIFA account. Don't forget to tag the account when you upload your goals. We will be doing a goal of the season. They are getting amassed. So make sure you get your golazos in to be part of that.
I just want to give a quick shout out to our listener, Jamie Bacon, who is cool. Talked to her on the weekend. I think she scored her first goal.
Scored her first goal of the tournament.
So congrats, Jamie. You're doing
the Lord's
something.
work.
She got a shirt and as a Patreon, so
There you go.
She's a super listener, and it's
Super
great.
listener.
She still plays her games. She's not really bothered by losing or winning.
That's what she told me on the
having
weekend.
fun.
She's just having fun, which is the point.
The last thing I want to mention before we get out of here, we do have a fantasy league going. We have an MLS fantasy league. If you haven't joined up yet, it's the Riot Squadcast League. It's easy. You can send us we'll post a link. Our league code is MJ27MCWK. That's MJ27MCWK.
You're not gonna remember that. Just
Tweet us. Yeah, I'll post it out again.
Yeah.
Or hit rewind by 10 seconds. It'll be in the show notes as well, the league code for, and this is through MLS Fantasy. You can play it on your phone. You can change all your teams on your phone. Winner is going to get a Away Days mystery pack valued at $80.
Which is a jersey, a jacket, and a scarf.
And a scarf, correct. So yeah,
Get on that. Get in.
Have fun. What's the worst?
I'm currently beating Chris. I'm 21st in the league. Chris is 22nd in the league.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
I feel most comfortable when I'm right behind you, sir.
Yeah. Always, baby.
Oh.
Always. Benjamin,
It's dark and warm here.
where can they find you on the socials, my good man?
you can find me at DT Radio Ben.
You beat me by 1 point.
You can email the show at riotsquadcast.com. You can email any one of us individually with our name at riotsquadcast.com.
Hang on. So you can email the show at riotsquadcast.com. You can tweet the show at Riot Squadcast on Twitter. Anything else you want to add, Ed? What's happening to Ben? He had a stroke.
Chris, where can they find you on the social, sir?
At ZeroCool138, Instagram, Goodreads, and Untapped. That's about it. PSN.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at EdTheZombie13. You can find me on the PSN at Zombinho13. That's
What about your
ZOMBINHO. What?
Ed doesn't drink beer. Although I stopped drinking beer, so what the fuck do I know?
I have 4 beers in my fridge I've had since November of last year. I had my first beer on Saturday. It was the first beer in like 2 months. So
I had like 9 beers.
Yeah, there
So-
you you can find the show on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Riot Squadcast. Make sure you guys are joining on prediction games. We are giving away prizes. Big Tony is giving away a bunch of booze. So if you're into that, go and play. It's free for you to play. And if you're a Patreon supporter, we are doing a special giveaway every month for an Away Day shirt if you are participating in our prediction games. So go to patreon.com/Riot Squadcast. Sign up. It's $5, $10. We are giving t-shirts away, stickers away, and a bunch of things. So go sign up. Help us out so we can do more of this stuff.
That's it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's it.
Yeah.
Buy us a bottle of whiskey.
And if you want to, go
Through
subscribe.
Patreon.
Go subscribe to our YouTube page at youtube.com/Riot Squadcast. Go check out our website, riotsquadcast.com. We have a shirt up there for $25. Free shipping. You just pay for the taxes, so it's like $1 or $2 extra.
Something like that.
Go to the prediction games. We have the rules up there, so if you want to find out how to play the game, go there. And we're going to have some write-ups coming up this week, so check it out.
I will actually get some written shit done.
So go check the website.
RiotSquadcast.com.
There you go.
Boom.
On that note, we will talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch.